Okay, class, so this is going to be our first word project. I'm going to show you how to get to it, how to do your work. So you can generally go to assignments. All right, now this is going to show all of our assignments, and we're going to show you the project. The training and the exam you can do on your own. That are pretty self-explanatory. The projects are the only place people seem to have a problem. Okay, so this is going to take us to the Cengage site. After you've put in your access code, or if you're in the first 2-week free period, that's fine. Okay, and we're going to get our project coming up here, and there will be files that we're going to need to download. So that's one of the tricks. You're going to have to download these files. You have an original file that you're going to modify. You have a set of instructions, and in this case we have a picture file that's going to play into our project. We're going to put that photograph into our document. So I always start with the instructions. All right, and I save them. Find yourself a place. I was going to just make up a new folder here, and we can just save it in our save it in a documents folder. Here I'll make up a folder. I'll call this classwork. Okay, so now I've got my classwork folder. And remember where you put these things, because shortly you're going to have to pull them up again. So I have a folder in my documents folder called classwork. Save. You can name it anything you want. Instructions are there. Back same place, classwork, my startup file, and my picture file. Okay, now if you're using Microsoft, if you're using Chrome, you'll have your little folders down here, little things, and you can just open them up right from there. Or you can right click, go to your File Explorer, go to your Drive C, or your Documents folder, go to your classwork, and from there you should be able to find the files you need, starting with instructions. Okay, so our instructions file comes up like so, step by step, all the things we need to do. I'm going to put that over here on the side. Next thing we need to do, it says open up the file that has your name. And quickly, immediately, it's got a -1 after it. As you can see here, the original file has my name and a -1. We're going to resave it as a -2. So I'm going to open it up, enable editing, and then do a file, save as, and then just change the 1 to a 2. That way, if you mess up halfway through, you can always go back and start again with a fresh, clean copy of the original file. Okay, so there we have it. Now, here's our instructions. Here's our work. You may have to make your screen a little bigger to read everything. Okay, so it says here, first we're going to change the document theme colors. Themes are under Design. Theme colors are here. Make sure you change it to select the green color scheme. Make the picture of the umbrellas more eye-catching. Resize the picture of the umbrellas here. Okay, when you select an object, in this case a picture, you will get extra tabs lighting up. Watch over here. No extra tab, select it, I get an extra tab. Picture format. 9 times out of 10, the things they're going to ask you to do are going to show up in that extra tab that shows up. Okay, they say make the picture 2.1 tall. Here we go. Now, we're still working on this particular object. It says apply the compound frame black. Okay, so that is going to be on a picture style. You look at the last words there, picture style, and then you're going to see picture styles over here. You pull this down, and let's go to the shortcut version here, quick styles. Okay, and you pause over these, and as you pause on them one at a time, you'll see different things will light up. There's our compound frame black. Select it, it applies it to that particular object. The next one says we're going to put a accent color. It says here picture effect. Picture effect. So you go over to these, and this one is picture effects. So if I read the line carefully, click, it says it's a glow effect. Glow effect. It's an accent color, and then it's going to be accent color 1. There's our green 5-point accent color 1. Select it. Okay. Following the instructions step by step. Sometimes you have to read the last word of the sentence to figure out exactly which menu you're supposed to go to. Okay, so that's taking care of the picture. Okay, now it says we're going to change the paragraph spacing to the audition. What they do, every time you hit a carriage return in Word, it's considered a paragraph. You turn on this little marker here. This tells you every time they hit this carriage return, they put a mark on the document. So, it says here the auditions paragraph. Okay, and so we're going to change the paragraph here. We're going to change the spacing. Here's our paragraph. This is called a dialog box. We got before and after paragraph spacing. Here's our spacing. Change this to 12. Change this one to 18. That's going to make things on this auditions stand out. Okay? Boom. Give us a lot more space top and bottom. It says change this whole thing to uppercase. Okay, over here you see letters, upper lowercase, make it uppercase. Now we're going to change the font size to 36 point. Here's our font size. Notice I have that all selected, 36 point. Then it says center it. Here's our left alignment, center alignment. We also have right alignment. That gets us to that point. Next it says go to the date April 5th. Notice how April 2nd, April 7th are bold. It says here April 5th and bold it. Then it says here add a phrase as follows. So it says here the actors, singers, and dancers please prepare for the audition as follows. So they just want us to add some text. Okay, leaving the colon there. Everything's fine. Let's see, add the phrase as follows. Okay. Now it says create a bulleted list beginning with adult singers. Here, adult singers. And then going to at the audition. So they're going from here to here. So we're going to go from highlight from there to there. From where they said adult singers to audition. And we're going to make this a bulleted list. Okay, so the bulleted list is set up just right here. Bullets. While it's all selected, it says change the font of the text in the bulleted list to Cambria. Fonts are changed here on the Home tab to Cambria. Cambria. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to change the font color of the text. So this is our font colors here. We're going to change it. It says green accent 1, darker 25%. This says it's the fifth column, fifth row. So we count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we watch a little hint comes up, make sure it matches the green accent 1, darker 25%. And we're good. Now it says find the phrase tap dancing is encouraged and italicize it. So it says here tap dancing is encouraged, just that part of it. Tap dancing is encouraged. Italicize is the letter I. There's several ways to do all these things. Okay. Delete the sentence accompanist provided. Just highlight that and delete it. I'm using the delete key on the keyboard. Okay. Apply the outline text effect to the, okay. Moving it over a little bit. Okay. So it says here, apply the outline text effect to the web address. Okay, so we got our web address here. Okay, and we're going to apply a text effect. I'm going to do this twice. They want us to do it here and here. I'll do it 2 separate times. Text effect is the little shadow there. There's your text effect. So they want us to find here the lime green. It says it's the 7th column of the first row. So this is a, let's see here, to call this a theme color. Theme colors palette. Oh. Let's see here. It says it's an outline effect. Outline effect. And then they say 7th column, first row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's our lime accent 3. But you have to read the sentence very carefully. See, if you read this carefully, it says it's an outline text effect. So we go to text effect, and we got to go to outline to find where they want us to find that information. So now it says do it to the phone number also. Highlighting the phone number, text effect, outline text effect, and it's the light one there and there. So that's that effect added to those 2 bits of information. Okay, so now it says we're going to apply what's called a paragraph shading to the entire paragraph beginning production information. So here's the paragraph. One little shortcut if you want it. When you're in the left-hand side of your document, 1 click highlights the line. 2 clicks highlights the paragraph. So we highlight the paragraph. Now we're going to go to paragraph shading. So paragraph shading is going to be in the paragraph block up here. And shadings are here under borders and shading. Shading. And we're again going to take the 6th column of the colors of the shading, and it says 6th column, 3rd row. So we go to row 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause on it for a second. Make sure we see lime accent 2, 60% lighter. Come up, say OK. Now we're going to insert a picture. It says here in the blank paragraph beginning in the line after this. So here's our production. If I turn this on, I see that there's a blank paragraph right there. Blank paragraph there. I don't have to have that on all the time, but it's kind of handy to know it's there. That's your show hide button. Okay, so we are going to put in insert the picture. So we go to insert, and we have to say a picture. Let's see, insert a picture from us, this device. Now remember where we put our stuff. We put our stuff into the documents folder, into the classwork folder, and there's our picture. And we hit insert, and it takes it a minute, and there's our picture. So now our picture's kind of big, it's fallen off to the next page, so they say resize it. We're there. Since we've selected the picture, we have another tab. It says make it 1 inch high. 1 inch high, now it fits on the page where it's supposed to be. Okay. Now there's our document. Now it says we are going to do center a vertical alignment. This is kind of weird because we do a lot of horizontal centering, but this is vertical centering. We're going to vertical center the entire page. So that's under layout. Is it layout, page setup, layout, and here's where normally you start pages at the top and go down. This time they want the page to be vertically centered. Okay, not a lot of change. Watch when I hit the OK button. Not much of a change in our document. Okay, so now we're going to add a border. It says select the border style. So that's under page design. Page borders are here. Okay, and now what we're going to do, it says select whichever border you want. It says change the width of the border to 2 1/4 point thickness. And they want this to be, I think we got to select the box border. Box border, 2 1/4. Now select the border color of turquoise. They say it's the 10th column, 5th row. I think it's like way over here. Yeah, it's 10th column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause on it. Make sure we see our darker 25%. Say OK. Say OK. There's our document. Now, one little thing is in the instructions, they give you this. Oh, they've used the dashed line border. Okay, so let me go to my border here. Just for grins, let's do that. Now our border looks just like their border. Okay, see our shading here and our text. See our center done of auditions and our picture. Everything looks good. Now what you do is you save the file. You make sure you have a current version of the file. That current version of the file is over here in this folder, and it's the one over here, the -2. Remember, we started with -1, we worked on it, we got -2. Notice the time, later in the day. Okay, so we've got it. Now, we go to continue. Now what we do is we have that classwork folder. All we have to do is drag and drop our document there. If you've spelled it correctly, the biggest mistake people make is they forget to put the -2 here, and it won't accept it unless you have the name correct. Hit submit. It gets sent out to the company. The company does a complete analysis of your document, and then they'll send it back to you. And in a second here, there we go, view reports. Doesn't take long. And we save it in the same place. Notice this one says report in the name. So we can open our report and see how we did. Anytime, if you've made any mistakes, maybe I should have tried to make a mistake so we could see how to correct them. But, okay, there's our instructions, there's our document. I'm waiting for my report to open up here. There we go, 100%. If you have any errors, it'll tell you right here. It'll tell you you forgot that. It'll tell you exactly what points you missed. Okay, that's how you do your projects. We'll have plenty of time for questions in class, but I wanted to make sure I went through this with you the first time so you could see exactly how to do it. All right, take care. Hopefully we'll see you in class.